Remnant from the Ashes latest DLC, subject 2923, believed to be the last DLC for the game, and I for one am sad about this. Not because it's a great game and I wish to see it continue, but for the simple reason that the development team need to make up for the mess that they have just created and maybe hire someone with a bit of creative vision. Needless to say, I am not impressed. Largely because, at closer inspection, much of the new world Rysum is just Yisha reskinned. Seriously, the little rat bow guys, they fire a shot and run for the hills, annoying you in the process. Make them a goat people, and well, you have the exact same thing on Yesha. The big fluffy guys, they engage via a shoulder barge. You have a bipedal variant, do the exact same thing on Yesha. The ice wizards, Yesha has thunder wizards. Their animations are even the same. This, to me, is just pure lazy. We even have a thunder wizard boss on Yesha. We now have an ice wizard boss. Even the map. Take Yesha, tone back the foliage, cover it in snow, and remove the leaves from the trees. Ta-da. It really is just pure laziness, and there's no excuse for it. And of course, it all has to be designed utilising a Scandinavian influence. Look at the names of some of the bosses and the enemies. This DLC should have been called Subject Lazy Cliché. Why not a Russian theme? Russian rats. I feel that would be a much more imposing presence for the enemy, because so far all they do is squeak and run around. Maybe an Inuit setup. Eskimos, for those that do not know. That would be something actually interesting, because I've not seen an Inuit themed game revolve around an Inuit theme. That could be a very weird and dynamic way to have gone. Aside from my personal thoughts of the overall delivery of the DLC, let's have a look at some of the technical issues. Since this DLC was released, 9 times out of 10 I am unable to play with friends. Others, randoms, anyone, just can't do it. I am continually met with session lost or network lost. Bugs run rampant throughout the game to the point of where it's hilarious to see people react when doing them, such as the Scavenger Armor. Probably the most useless armor in the game right now, but it does have some rather interesting bugs for you to abuse and play around with. Now when you actually come up to this puzzle, there is 2 rows of statues, 4 on each side, as well as a cave in front of you. If you try and run into this cave, spikes come out of the wall and instantly kill you. At the other side of this weird little cave, you can see 3 items. Scavenger Armor. The idea is that to the right, before the statues, there is some hieroglyphic text, which you can activate to read. One of the bugs immediately present is that you don't get the option to read it. You can open it up and have the big hieroglyph screen, but obviously you can't decipher this, you don't speak moron. So you need to press X or whatever button it would be to allow you to read it in whatever language it is that you have your game set up in. Many times there is no option to press X, so you're left to ponder what on earth this text could possibly mean. Now, all you do at this point is press random buttons. Press 3 buttons, or as many buttons as you can, until the items drop. And by buttons I mean the statues outside have buttons in front of them. If you press the right button, the cave opens up, you can go and collect your reward. If you press the wrong button, one piece of the armor will drop to oblivion, and you cannot collect it. So press buttons until all 3 items drop. The moment the last item drops, Alt F4. No, this is not a joke, I'm actually being serious. Alt F4. Reopen your game, it will spawn you back at that previous checkpoint just before the puzzle, and you will notice that all 3 armor pieces are back, just hovering there. They're just sat there. Continue to press all the buttons. It now doesn't matter because they can't drop, because the panel has dropped that holds the armor up, but the armor's just floating, so it's fine. Keep pressing the buttons until the room opens, and ta-da, you can collect your reward. Bugs. Bugs are everywhere. We now have an elite that just auto one-shots you, not downs you, puts you at revive at stone. Oh, and it also seems to be bugged, as a lot of the time it is just impossible to dodge, and if you're playing with any form of ping, forget it. The Shield Warden boss. This boss is a wow factor all on his own. Remnant has done that one thing that in Souls-like games is pure cancer, allowing enemies to change their attack direction mid-attack. So he'll be attacking you on the left-hand side, you run to the right, he will literally home in on you mid-attack. Now I'm aware that it's a game, it doesn't actually take place in pure physics, but still, physically, that is horseshit. It should not be done. It is a false sense of difficulty because to your mind, you are out of the way. How is he's a homing missile. It's pure crap. And the idea of putting this crap in just defeats the point of a game being fun. The Ice Conjurer boss, nowhere else in the game do we have destructible environments. This boss clearly didn't get the memo. So either environment is destructible or it isn't. You don't get to pick and choose. Tian, the ninja rat, probably the most engaging and challenging fight in the DLC, likes to jump off a cliff a lot though. Or he climbs up a cliff and gets stuck, which is actually quite hilarious. It makes him very easy, he just stands there and takes it. Never mind the fact that his homing throwing blades are very difficult to see, but they often just phase in and out of reality, so you can't see them at all, or they hit you through walls. So now you need to dodge invisible objects, or be able to see through walls to have them not hit you. The S&O fight with the rat riding the rat ball is slightly entertaining until you realise that the rat rider likes to just stop, like literally just stop. But the game doesn't know this. His model is frozen, but what you can't see is that he is still moving around and attacking. Yeah. The rat ball, now this actually might just be a legit thing or a bug, but on occasions he seems to just randomly hit you so hard you immediately enter the revive at stone from full health. And I noticed this even on hard difficulty. So does that mean on Apocalypse will just straight up delete my character? Entertaining. The obnoxious white screen of bullshit, that's fun. Honestly, just, I don't know, there's an ice wizard. It does something, your screen goes white. In theory, you kill the ice wizard, your screen comes back. I think I've actually known that to happen twice, and one of which you just saw playing. Admittedly, these are bugs and bugs can be fixed. However, the fact that this game released, or this DLC released, with all of this and much more is hilarious for me. Another major issue I have is the dialogue. Why does every giant talk so slow? No matter what game you play, it's like Treebeard is the mould for all giants. Or is there a competition to see how slow you can get a giant to talk without having the listener self-delete out of frustration? And the dialogue option with Clementine, seriously, who wrote that? I demand names on who the hell wrote that. There are so many flaws with the dialogues that you have with Clementine, but the one that really sticks out is when you ask her why she won't return to Earth. And she answers quite simply, no, I won't go back. Bitch, I didn't ask you if you would, I asked you why you won't. Why and will. I am aware they start with the same letter, but there is a very clear distinction between them. Please learn the use of a language and its literary sense. My God, it frustrated me so much. Now, the level of content in the new area as well is an issue for me. All other areas have 2 world bosses. Rysam has 1, and he grows very dull after killing him 50 times. 2 armor sets and a few weapons. Wow, for the final content of this game, it is disappointing. So in all, for me, it's a buggy, poorly written, badly conceptualized reskin of an already established area in the game. and there's also simply just not enough of it. Already, from its release, I've played it a fair bit to be fair, but I've only got 2 survival items left to get, and the Juggernaut Band. And the Juggernaut Band is bugged for me, no matter how many times I do that weird little warning totem thing without alerting them, it never actually provides me with the ring. However, all this being said, the game is still fun to play, and I will continue to do so, providing builds and various other pieces of content for this game, though I still stand by the simple fact that the best thing about this game is the community. I will see you all in the next one. Have fun, good luck, and don't die. It's bad for the health.